Welcome to Center of Light. Good to see you tonight. Let me get my notes. Hello, everyone. I got a really cool, fun show tonight. Presentation. Always good to see you, hang out with you on this. Where's time going? I don't know where I'm going really half the time. Tonight we're going to be speaking about Get Into the Zone, AutoZone. Tonight is Center of Light Realm. I'm going to be speaking about the magic spot, how to get in it, how to stay in it. The question is, where do you find it? Do you actually find it? We'll get through all that. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Homecoming: Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new bestseller by John Hunt's Publishing, 6th Books Division. Thank you, Gavin Lee Davies.
The analogy is like a...
Oh, wow, I got a talk in the back.
We're talking about heat.
There we go. So, tonight we're going to be speaking about something fun. I decided to have some fun. I did an interview, released one this morning, done with Daisy Oz, and it triggered me to talk about something I mentioned in that interview, which is getting into the magic place. I'm just kind of scattered right now. I've been upgrading and teching, trying to get everything back in order. As you know, this is my second or third presentation since I took a hiatus. I needed that break. Let me get my notes so I can find myself a little somewhere. Always remember, slogan, Center of Light slogan, regardless, your good karma will protect you. Regardless, your bad karma will find you. Open borders or not, this planet or not, yes you are. Your good karma will protect you, your bad karma will find you. You can't run away. The planet belongs to everyone, hence the term humanity. We should be able to freely move about. All of us. We're getting there, but we can hasten its arrival. Pray like a lover, not a beggar. Pray like a lover, not like a beggar. Mooch, mooch. Get into the zone, AutoZone, Center of Light Realm. What is the zone? It's called many things. When I play music with some of the people I'm fortunate enough to play with, very fortunate to play with these rock stars. Since I do sound, or the sound system for most, or many of the bands I play with, once we start the show, and we're about 3 or 4 songs into it, I can put the mixing aspect of it aside, and now I can get into the groove of what the rest of the bandmates are just gelling and doing and digging. They're digging. I'll explain that. We've been doing this so long, most musicians who do it and have money coming in any sort, they know what the zone is. After about 4 songs, I take my shoes off, literally on stage. I take them off. Well, my shoes are already off. But I'm relaxed into the evening and ready to get in the zone, into the fire. So now that we're all in it, just got warmed up, got the chops, got loose, sang a little bit, got loose. This level of musicianship, you might want to rehearse if you have something that's really difficult and you're going to find out what. But typically, at least I'm fortunate, we've been doing this so long we don't have to rehearse. We just call out a song, Eagles, Beatles, Rush, whatever it may be, Journey, and we just start playing the song. And often, we've been playing the same songs for so many years, we change them up a little bit. We add little nuances here and there to keep it fun. I have no idea, as a bass player, what the drummer's about to do. But I do. And vice versa for all the bandmates. It's like someone does a lick of something, and we're going to accent a kick versus on the downbeat. We're going to versus And so these little nuances, and we look at each other like, where did that come from? It's because there's an oversoul that is using you as the instrument, as you use your instrument to become an extension of that creator, that creative aspect that says, hey guys, check this out, I'm gonna throw you all a bone. And then everybody goes, what was that? That's the zone. Over the years, some of the cats I play with, we just get so crazy. We call it the zone, but we also call it digging in. We also call it making a sandwich. Bang, guys, for you. So let me share with you something I wrote quite a few years ago. Hello, Kelly Curtis. Hello, Dana. Hello, everyone outside not coming into the forum. Please come into the forum, say hello. Just say hello, everyone, and check out if you got to. Dare you. But I'm glad you're here regardless. This is a blog I wrote 10 years ago. It describes the zone. Check it out. One second. There we go. Zone. Everyone who knows me knows I'm into definitions. We cannot argue with Webster's dictionary. It is the bottom line of human language, and everyone agrees to it. Everybody follows accordingly. The definition of zone, an area or region set apart from its surroundings by some characteristic. Here's the blog I wrote called The Zone. It seems that no matter how that word's used, everyone's looking for a way to get into the zone and stay there. Even Rod Serling recognized the magic of it and created some of his most amazing stories around it. But what is it really? Here's my question. What makes this place, the zone, so special? It is no coincidence that the uprights on a football field are called the goal, and that they are located in the end zone, the end zone. Football players lift weights, eat right, and do whatever it takes to reach that place because that's where the magic happens. And if you watch someone who's serious about their billiard playing, you'll notice that they are very quiet when they are playing the game. They're so involved with the process that they don't gloat when they make a brilliant shot. For doing that would only take them out of the zone, and they know it. Race car drivers, hence the splash screen. Race car drivers get into the zone, auto zone. One sec, I gotta check something. Because I know it's gonna happen. All right. So now we're speaking about the zone and the aspect of race car driving. This is the best one, I think. Race car drivers know that they must shift into the zone. Excuse me, let me read that again. These new glasses are kind of a little intense. Race car drivers know that they must shift into the zone where they're able to hear their own intuition tell them how to weave in and out and around their competitors so that they can cross the finish line, the goal, before anyone else. And the best do it with such precision that they become one with the car they are driving. You see, they're not all trying to drive as fast as they can. They're all driving as fast as they can. It's about being in the zone, the hand that guides you nicely along down the moving river, down the racetrack in this way. All musicians who've ever played a live show know that the zones where the creative spirit spontaneously and simultaneously brings a musical idea through without rehearsal. As a musician, I can tell you that's why we try to get there, so we can play from that space all night long. And when you do, God, the whole audience says, your band was awesome tonight. Or if I go watch your band, I'm like, bro, right? Even though everyone's playing their own instrument, we somehow become the collective instrument for a higher idea. No one's trying to make things fit, but when we fall into it, our audience notices it, and here you go, a tightness and feels a power in the performance. That's where the magic happens. If you look closely at dancers who are in the zone, either on stage or in a club, they seem to be like little children at play, swirling and twirling with their eyes closed, lost in a world where nothing affects them. Someone taking a test in school or college isn't necessarily trying to remember what they've studied. They are looking for the zone where information comes to them effortlessly. Those who are considered stars in the world of pornography pride themselves on being able to plunge into a sexual zone on cue. Matter of fact, most people, whether pros or amateurs, use the tool of dirty talk to throw themselves into an even deeper state of arousal, because that's where the magic happens. Every religion references the zone, whether they call it nirvana, higher self, heaven, or by one of God's many names. I am here to tell you that it does not matter what you call it. It's all the same zone. Let me assure you that monks, mystics, and others who've dedicated their lives to a spiritual discipline don't have a monopoly on the zone. They just know what to do and how to do it. And now, so will you. All you need is intention, focus, concentration, and commitment. The desire to be something greater than what you may think is you. I'm going to take a breath. Welcome everyone to Center of Light. Good to see you tonight. We are speaking about the zone, that magic spot. All right, let's keep moving forward. I have a video for you. Powerful stuff. I drank this stuff up like water. From Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, my new release. The link is in this forum. You can use that link to jump seat all the way to Amazon and purchase this wonderful book, 30 Years of My Spiritual Life Compressed. But also you can use the same link to go to the same page and leave me a review if you have read it. From this book, Spirit and Eyes Dialogue, Clarity, and we're speaking about the zone tonight, Center of Light Realm, get into the zone. Clarity and love are the building blocks that give the universe its form and maintain its integrity. They are the code and law you must follow to become aware of Spirit's omniscience, a reality that is only accessible to those who are no longer within shouting or whispering distance of the ego's voice, the zone. Infinite possibilities reside within you now, all of you. Can you see them? Can you hear them? Can you feel them? And I say, I see, hear, and feel much, but through it all, I still get confused. You will be glad to know, Keith, that whenever you get confused, there's a way for you to become clear. Really? Please tell me how. By doing just that, by asking me, Spirit, the clarity you seek will come through when you repeatedly think of God's name whenever you have a concern. If there's something you want, instead of efforting, hold it for yourself and use your favorite name of God, Creator, Source, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, all that is beautiful, all that lives forever, whatever you want to call it. And it's not like a hard pray like a lover, not a beggar. So you don't want to get in there and please, please, please. Just offer it up and verbally say your favorite name of God. God becomes present in a situation, you step back. So how do we get into that place? By receiving certain things that we may want, be it a life partner, be it a job. It doesn't have to be a thing. It could be an expansion about what your yourself, which we're going to do here in just a little bit. By doing just that, asking God how, the clarity you seek will come through when you repeatedly think of God and my name whenever you have concerns. Then I say, now I understand why I haven't been able to reach those higher realities as often as I'd like. It's because I'm still not completely clear. Here we go. Did Jesus, Buddha, and other deities go through the same process of purification that we're all going through? Yes, they did. Everyone must go through this process before their light can fully emerge. Beloveds, you have already observed your own clarity in action, because every time your knowing process has broken through, it has given you a quick glimpse of your life's potential. I'm going to do that to you in about 5 minutes. I'm going to open you up. You were usually not able to make sense of these images, Keith, these little magical spots, basically. But the deepest part of you knew that all was in order. It's not hard. It's never been hard. We have to learn how to unlearn the monkey that won't stop. Ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ooh. He wants his banana. So what you do is you don't step on the monkey's tail to get him to shut up. Stepping on his tail is going to make him louder. Telling him to shut up, he's just going to rebel. You give him what he wants. You give him a banana. Give him something to do. So the you that you are can lean into a more pure, clear, attentive space of, someone's not distracting me, that monkey. I can sit here and be. And you sit with yourself. You hold your beautiful idea. Listen, you can invent your own style. You are the creator of your life. So you hold your idea and you invoke God's name over your concern. Breath is life. We are made in the image and similitude, likeness of God. God breathed life into creation. Well, likewise, after you hold your vision in the zone, because you're in the zone, you're just a still spot. There's no noise in it. You're sitting with yourself and this beautiful idea, and nothing else happens except you're chanting in gratitude that you have the opportunity to sit in the zone, to hold this beautiful possibility, to be so blessed, to chant your favorite name of God, and then you breathe your creation into existence. And you let it go. Sounds nuts. Has what we done all those years before ever worked? There's magic, I tell you. Miracles. And the name of God is the Word. It created everything and forever will exist. That's how powerful of a tool you can wield. You can also use it as a shield. It works for anything. So now, when I read just a minute ago, that when we have these moments, we've all had them. We wake up in a moment's notice and we get a glimpse. What does that glimpse look like? I tell you a joke and you don't understand the joke. You wait, I don't get that. Can you say it again? I tell you the joke. And you say, I think I got it. Tell me again. And when I tell you the third time, you go, ah, and you start laughing. The greatest feeling in the world, to laugh. Ah is the name of God. Buddha, Krishna, Jesus Ananda, Paramahansa Yogananda, Yanava, I get the joke. The riddle's over. You graduate. These are all names of spirit. So when you get that joke and that aha, Notice what it feels like when you come to a realization of a riddle. Ah, I get it. The window opens up because there's a light bulb moment. Light, you're the bulb. Shine bright. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. And you open up for that moment. So now I'm going to show you how to open yourself up by opening you up as I show you how to do that. This is no dark magic. You do this already. I'm just going to compress it so you can see it. So whatever you do, keep your eyes on me, this guy, this sexy, handsome guy. Keep your eyes on me. No matter what, don't take your eyes off. So I want you to take a couple breaths, 2 or 3 breaths, 3 nice, beautiful, I'm glad to be alive breaths. Because you can breathe and not be glad to be alive. And your experience is completely different. Just so keep your eyes on me. How does it feel to be you right now? How does it feel to be you? No judgment. Don't even give it a label. Just notice the feeling of what it feels like to be in the space or the zone or the lack of zone that you are in. Just notice. If you're not in a higher space that you would like to be, just shift. Say your favorite spiritual name and shift. You think, or you may think, that nothing's happening. So you think, but it's changing your experience. So keep your eyes on me. Take notice of how it feels to be you. As you're looking here, I want you to become aware of the taste in your mouth. There's a taste in there. You ate garlic, you ate an onion, ate a peppermint, whatever it is. Don't label it. Don't give it a label. Just be aware of the taste in your mouth. Next, be aware of the temperature of your house. Be aware of that temperature in your skin. Notice how your skin feels by the temperature that's moving in the house or stillness. Just feel it. You got a grasp on it, I know you do. It's easy. See, it's never hard. It's never hard at all. So just notice the taste in your mouth, temperature in your skin. Now, become aware of not only of my voice, but any other sounds around you. Maybe you can even take your headphones out if that's what you're listening through. And just listen. You don't have to look at what you're hearing. You can hear something from the back. So just become aware of what it is you're hearing. And as you continue to look in this direction towards me, peripherally, become aware of what's next to you. A light source, a table. Keep your eyes here. So become aware of what's around you. Send out a little pulse. It comes right back. So become aware of the taste in your mouth, temperature in your skin, the sounds all around you, and what you can peripherally see all around you. Now, here we go. Become aware of the taste in your mouth, the temperature in your skin, the sounds in the room, and that which is peripheral around you, all at the same time. Relax, experience it. Taste in your mouth, the temperature in your skin, the sounds in the room, and that which is around you, all at the same time. Fall and bring it in. That's the zone. And for you, you might be able to linger there. Breathing will keep you in it. This is the whole spiritual walk, to be in the paradise and the garden and the zone and the Christ and the Buddhic principle. So when you practice this exercise every day, or as often as you like, and when you get better at it, because like lifting weights, you expand your muscle mass. Now you expand your spiritual muscle awareness mass. Oh, I'm getting there. Today it seemed like I lingered there a little longer. Breathe. The door stays open. I have no doubt that you had a glimpse. That's the zone. So now that you know it exists, it's there waiting. That's the zone. Musicians just get there easier, because they've been developing not only their craft as a musical instrument, their craft of being an artist, a poet, a creator of music, of lyrics. So in this way, they've stretched that muscle. Same with race car driving, same as dancers, so forth and so on. Spirituality is not hard. It's about being happy and finding out those things that open up your awareness via said happiness. You can bring Jesus to your party. Let me know if he goes. I'm going to show up. Even I'll get out of bed. Welcome everyone. Let me see what's happening on the face of the book. Something strange in the face of the book. Let me see if I can refresh and see who's here. One moment. You can hear, I'm sure you're going to hear an echo.
Awareness via said happiness.
There it is.
You can bring Jesus to your party. So did the book.
Hello, Carmen Shasha. You had to refresh it. I couldn't see anyone in here. Hello, Carmen Shasha. Hello, Katie. Jody said, did you just blow me? John Theodius Fiore, my brother, how are you doing, sir? It's good to see you. Daisy, hi. Abigail. Amy. Let me get to everybody. Kim, Vicky, Adana, Christine. Let me look on YouTuber. Rena, Alex Brander. Hello, bro. Rena, hello. Kelly, hi. Okay, let me look at my notes and see where we is. Ignite your power, jump into the fire. I am now making personal subliminal audio programs. I am. Let me do something real quick. If you have something you want me to make for you, an hour long or 4 hours long, it's all the same work. I don't have to work any more, any less. I will create something for you. There's a free link somewhere. I'll get it. I'll send it in here when I go to song break. This one's free. It's general. Financial abundance, finding your life partner, the perfect situation. Just a general, spiritual general subconscious programming. So you can hear it. The music's fantastic. But I'll make one for you. You have something in your life you want to expand into the zone, then you got to water the fertile ground of the subconscious. I'll make one personal for you. You interested? Keith, I'm interested in one about abundance. Keith, I'm interested in one strictly on lucid dreaming. I'll drop some frequencies in there that triggers this. If you're interested, Keith, send me an inbox or you could post it here. Keith, I'm interested in a personal subconscious programming called Ignite Your Fire. Ignite your power. Come on, baby, light my fire. All right. In fact, it's right here. I'm going to grab it, and then we're going to move on to our next phase of this presentation. There we go. And here is that freebie. Let me post this on YouTube. Everyone, when you're listening to this subconscious program, it's great in a meditation. It's great when you go to sleep. I suggest headphones if you can. There's a lot of stereo panning, imaging that's happening. Different voices come up to trigger different hemispheres of your brain. All right. All right, Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking about Center of Light realm. Get into the zone. Auto zone. See you shortly. Lavender Soul. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. I tell you what, let's go with breathe. Breathe yourself into the zone.
trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
What I want to be and see, what I want to see and want, knowing God is by my side. There is nothing I need to know. Breathe and expand myself to know there is no one else but me and God who's in my heart.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we're speaking about that magical place where miracles happen. Where is that place? It's the chair you're sitting in. It's the bed you're laying on. It's just simply taking the time. It doesn't have to. It doesn't require you sitting there for hours upon hours. Give yourself 5 minutes just to fall into the kingdom. Just sit there. Close your eyes. Keep your eyes open. Actually, keep your eyes open for a while, so you can work with distraction. Okay, can I just simply shut my eyes and get to? Yeah, you can, but you want to be an open-eyed, moving around individual. So in other words, you want to always be in a meditative state. So do the work versus closing your eyes and, well, I can feel the zone now. This is not the problem. The zone is not the problem when your eyes are closed. The zone is the problem when your eyes are open. So you want to be in it all the time. So keep your eyes open, look around, and my stereos, my monitors, my studio monitors, they're fantastic. They just cost me a whole bunch of money. Yeah, I mean, point is, don't label it a monitor. Don't label a glass of water. Just be with yourself. 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Check your level of distraction. It's just going to remind you were distracted. Go back to not labeling what you're seeing, experiencing, feeling. Don't label that stuff. You begin to move, wield, mold, manipulate, craft this energy that is your core. I'm doing it right now. I'm going to be without thought. I'm looking directly at this preview monitor. And there's the zone. It's right there. It's not this hard, arduous task that's going to take you 1,000 years. But if it does take 1,000 years, get to stepping. And when you get there in 1,000 years, you're going to realize it's been here the whole time. The zone. When you saw that Lavender Soap video, you saw Bernard. He's in the zone. My eyes are closed. I'm back. Angela's doing his concert pianist thing. This black lady who lives right outside this door, 60 feet, in the next apartment, she came outside her house one day, said, "The great I am is bringing Jesus to the trap. The great I am is bringing Jesus to the trap." And she was in it. She was in the fire. That's the zone. How do you get there? You stop. You just stop. When you try to stop, it's going to feel like that at first. I'm trying to stop. Then you don't continue trying to stop. I can't tell you how to do it. I can only show you the door. So now you stop trying to stop. And then you catch yourself. And finally, you will refine the process and you will find yourself in a space of being still. And when you do, it will take you out of it because you became aware. Oh my God, I just became still. How do I know? Because my awareness expanded and I caught a glimpse. Great. Step 1. Step 2 is repeat the process. I think I'm falling into the zone. Now you're tightening, or loosening rather, yourself from the grip of the monkey, the world, ideas, beliefs, disbeliefs, wants, urges, and you expand. Shunyamurti, I love this teacher. He's soft, but he's powerful. There is a light emitting from this man. Take it in. Expand yourself. It's required to live and play in the new world.
We continue with the endless satsang. With the teachings from Thus Spake Ramana. We're at number 45. Silence is like the even flow of electric current. Speech is like obstructing the current for lighting or other purposes. So you attach an apparatus, you plug it into the Shakti, and then you can have whatever you wish as an application. Thought, emotion, creative expression, activity, whatever. But the silence is the flow of the power itself. So, however much a jnani might talk, he is still the silent one, because the jnani never obstructs the flow of the power of the presence of God. So even though there may be applications that are used by the organismic vehicle of that Shakti, the jnani stays as the Shakti itself that is always flowing without obstruction, in uninterrupted silence. So however much he might talk, he is still the silent one. However much he might work, he is still the quiet one. His voice is the incorporeal voice. His walk is not on the earth. It is like measuring the sky. So because the yogi, who is a jnani, is egoless, there is no sense of subjectivity grounded in matter. It is completely ethereal and without intention and without leaving a trace, because there is no ego behind the actions. It is only the Tao itself acting, the will of Shiva. No individual separate being trying to do something or accomplish something or think something. And therefore the infinite presence comes through those actions of the jnani. And that same vibrational frequency of the infinite self is transmitted through every thought, word, and action. Ramana says, Guru's grace is always there. You imagine it is something somewhere high up in the sky, far away, and has to descend. But it is really inside you, in your heart. And the moment you effect the subsiding or the merger of the mind into its source, the moment that the mind subsides, merges into God, the grace gushes forth, spouting as from a spring from within you. So it doesn't take a lot of time. You don't have to dig a deep well in order to get the water of grace. It's there. It's right there, bubbling up in your heart, waiting for you to connect to it. But it requires you remove the barrier of your own I thought that separates you from the grace of God. When a devotee reaches a certain stage and becomes fit for enlightenment, the same God whom he was worshiping comes as guru and leads him on. But the guru comes only to tell him that God is within yourself. Dive within and realize God, guru, and self are the same. So don't project a dependency on an other, whether an incorporeal other or a corporeal, or even the words that Ramana is speaking now don't have any dependence on words or on support or containment, but realize that you are always contained, supported, and manifested by God, because God is yourself. The Bhagavad Gita says, the wise man will think that the senses move among the sense objects and be unattached to the activities of the sense organs. I would go farther and say, this is Ramana speaking, and say that the jnani does not think even that. So Ramana is going beyond the Gita. Ramana says that the jnani knows he is the self and sees nothing apart from the self. So there are no sense objects any longer because the jnani's mind does not objectify, does not reify, does not separate. Therefore, the jnani sees only the self and has no attraction, no fear, no avoidance, and no attraction. What the Gita says in the above passage is for the abhyasi, the practicer, not the one who is the adept who has attained. To see an object that is in the dark, both the eye and the light of a lamp are required. To see the light alone, the eye is enough. You don't need a lamp to see the lamp, right? The eye is enough. But when it comes to the sun, then there is no need of any other light. And the sun, the real sun, is the self. That is the light. You are the light. Our intellect or buddhi is of no use to realize the self. In other words, to use thought, which derives from the self, to discover the self, is an absurdity. You don't discover the sun by looking at the sun ray. You go to the source. The mind is only a lower derivative that is applied within the matrix, but the light of God is beyond the matrix and requires no thinking, and thinking is only an obstacle to realization. So to see the world of external objects, the mind and the reflected light, the chidabhasa, which always rises with it, are necessary. But to see the self, the mind has simply to be turned inside, and there is no need of reflected light. So the light of the self is directly apperceived, always, without an instrument, without a sense organ. The light is the third eye. It's not that the eye must see the light. And therefore, Ramana is always saying, don't try to have visions of God. Who do you think is giving those visions except yourself? Be the source of the vision, not the receiver. That's the practicing stage. But get to the stage where no support of a vision or an external light or any object or any God as an image or an idea are any longer necessary. So Ramana concludes this passage by saying, the I, in quotes, casts off the illusion of I, in quotes. Okay? The I casts off the illusion of I and yet remains as I. Okay, this is very important. This is the process of liberation right here. There is an I, an awareness that the I that is the thinking I, the I identified with the body, is not the real I. That is cast off. But then even the I that cast it off is cast off, and what remains is the supreme I that is beyond all the need for a process of casting off, because it is always transcendent. So this is the final I, the aham aham. This appears to be a paradox to you, says Ramana, but it is not so to the jnani. Take the case of the bhakta, the one who has devotion for God as another. His I prays to the Lord to unite with him, to unite his I with him, with the Lord, which is its surrender. What remains as the residuum after the surrender is the eternal I, which is the absolute, God, or Paramatman himself. What has happened to the I which had originally prayed to God? Being unreal, it simply vanished. So the I that seeks God must have such love that it dissolves into God, and then there is the realization that that I that was devoted to God never existed. It was an illusion. And that illusion was magnetically drawn back to the source of consciousness. But there was never anything but the one infinite self that is not only the absolute God, the Paramatman, but is the I of every being. So let us use this day to cast off the I of the ego. And then the I that has cast it off itself can be cast off. And then the residuum that remains, you will discover, is the absolute self, and that you are the Paramatman and have never been anything but that. And if you keep the ego I cast off and don't again identify with it, that is Jivan Mukti. It's very simple, natural, requires no assistance by any applications or any others or any complex thought. It is the natural state of your being. May you give yourself the grace of casting off that which is not experiencing grace, and to know that the grace of God is the very self that you have been seeking, and that you cannot be separate from that grace, that bliss, that beatitude, that joy, that love, that beauty, that light, because that is all that is real.
Pretty easy, isn't it? It's not hard. Never has been. If you like using certain things as tools, by all means. But they're not necessary. It's about being you. A quiet, still you. You can be moving around and still be still. Still be still. You can be you moving around, but still be still. And you will move with a greater grace. You'll glide. That's why when you see these divine men or women, when they walk, it looks like they're walking on water. They're gliding across the floor because they're so graceful. They are grace. There's no separation from you and the grace. It's the grace that gives you, you. And when you allow that to grab you and do a number on you, you are the grace. You are always the grace. It's just that you, me, we get to finally see that we are an aspect in the conscious sea. See? Get into the zone. How do I do it? You don't do it. You don't do anything. You just sit. Look around. Don't label anything. Just look and be with yourself. And you will find yourself. Because there's nothing other than yourself. Right on time. Please share this. Cost you nothing. I love what I do and I love you. Share this everywhere. Send me an email at keithanthonyblanchard@gmail. Send me an inbox on Facebook, on YouTube. Go to my website, keithanthonyblanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com, same site. If you're interested in a subliminal, subconscious programming, reprogram, I'll make one for you. Let me know. Inbox, email. Most importantly, get off your spiritual couch and do something with your spiritual self. Times are coming, and it's going to require you to be in your best game, because you are already in the game regardless. But if you want to move up the chutes and ladders, or up the ladders and not down through the chutes, so he's saying shoot all the time, wise up, wise in, wise forward, toward nowhere except here. But where you're going and wanting to achieve is to be fully present here. Your moving forward will eventually get you here versus it gets you there. Your moving forward will eventually get you here. Do you hear me? It's not hard. Love yourself, be happy. For no reason. Well, Keith, you don't understand. Maybe I don't. But I do, because I've been there. Leave things alone. Stop picking at your life scab. It will never heal. It'll make you bleed. You are loved beyond measure.